remember when you looked in the mirror tonight, the Lord gave you that face and you stuck with it.
Welcome back to Cinema Secrets. Today we're heading to the junkyard to uncover the wild reality behind Sanford and Son, the groundbreaking sitcom that changed comedy forever while hiding some of the most outrageous secrets in TV history. What you're about to discover will forever change how you see Fred Sanford's fake heart attacks and Lamont's eye rolls. From Redd Foxx's real-life mob connections bleeding into storylines to behind-the-scenes chaos that nearly destroyed careers, these 20 facts reveal the dangerous line between comedy and reality. The big one that's coming will shock you more than any of Fred's medical emergencies ever could. Number 1. The junkyard location nightmare. The iconic Sanford junkyard was filmed at a real scrapyard that was under active FBI surveillance for suspected stolen car operations, making every filming day a potential crime scene investigation. The production crew had no idea they were working in a location where actual criminal activity was occurring until federal agents approached them during filming. Redd Foxx's paranoid glances throughout certain episodes weren't acting. He was genuinely nervous about the constant presence of unmarked surveillance vehicles parked nearby. The authentic junk and debris filling the yard included evidence from real crimes that investigators were tracking, creating an uncomfortable situation where fictional comedy was being filmed among actual criminal evidence. Several episodes had to be delayed when FBI agents needed to collect evidence from props that were actually stolen merchandise, making the Sanford junkyard both a television set and an active crime scene. Number 2. The heart attack performance crisis. Fred Sanford's famous fake heart attacks were inspired by Redd Foxx's real cardiac problems that he was hiding from producers and insurance companies throughout the show's run. Foxx was experiencing genuine chest pains and shortness of breath during filming, making his dramatic clutching and gasping disturbingly authentic medical warnings rather than pure comedy. His increasingly realistic heart attack performances weren't improved acting. They were his body's actual distress signals that he channeled into his character's hypochondriacal behavior. The other actors became genuinely concerned during later seasons when Foxx's fake attacks looked too real, not knowing he was incorporating real medical symptoms into his comedic routine. His authentic portrayal of cardiac distress was so convincing because he was actually experiencing the early stages of the heart problems that would later require real medical intervention, making his signature gag uncomfortably prophetic. Number 3. The Aunt Esther religious war. The heated arguments between Fred and Aunt Esther contained real theological debates that LaWanda Page was having with her own minister about the role of religion in comedy entertainment. Page was genuinely struggling with whether her portrayal of a religious character in a secular comedy was morally appropriate, and her increasingly passionate defenses of faith reflected her actual spiritual conflicts. During filming of religious scenes, Page would break character to have real theological discussions with Redd Foxx, who challenged her beliefs with the same irreverence that Fred showed toward Esther's spirituality. The authentic tension between the actors enhanced their on-screen religious battles, as Page channeled her real frustration with Foxx's dismissive attitude toward religion into Esther's righteous indignation. Their comedic conflicts became genuine spiritual warfare disguised as entertainment, with both actors using their characters to work through real religious disagreements. Number 4. The Lamont Rebellion storyline demand. Wilson's portrayal of Lamont's frustration with his father drew from his real anger about being overshadowed by Redd Foxx's star status and excluded from major creative decisions about the show's direction. Wilson's eye-rolling and exasperated expressions weren't just acting. He was genuinely frustrated with his secondary role and limited input in storyline development. His character's dreams of escaping the junkyard reflected Wilson's actual desires to break free from the show and pursue other career opportunities that would showcase his dramatic acting abilities. The authentic father-son tension came from real professional conflicts between Wilson and Foxx, who treated him like a subordinate rather than a creative partner, making Lamont's rebellious behavior rooted in genuine workplace dynamics. Wilson used his character's frustration to express his real career dissatisfaction, creating authentic generational conflict that resonated with viewers who recognized similar family power struggles. Number 5. The Rollo Gang connection. Reality, the character Rollo's suspicious activities and mysterious income sources were based on the real criminal connections of the actor's friends, who were actually involved in illegal activities that influenced the character's development. Nathaniel Taylor drew inspiration from actual street hustlers and petty criminals in his neighborhood, making Rollo's schemes disturbingly realistic portrayals of genuine criminal behavior. During filming, some of Taylor's real associates would visit the set, and their authentic criminal swagger and illegal knowledge informed the character's believable portrayal of street life. The show's writers incorporated real criminal techniques and hustling strategies that Taylor shared, from his actual experiences and observations, making Rollo's illegal activities educationally accurate about real street crime. The character's convincing portrayal of criminal behavior came from authentic knowledge of actual illegal operations, essentially creating a fictional criminal who was based on real criminal expertise and street experience. Number 6. The Grady Moving Disaster. The episodes featuring Grady's house-sitting disasters were filmed while Whitman Mayo was dealing with real housing problems and eviction notices, making his character's domestic chaos reflect his actual living situation. Struggles. Mayo's portrayal of household incompetence drew from his genuine anxiety about his own housing instability and financial problems that were affecting his personal life during filming. His authentic nervousness about domestic responsibilities came from real stress about maintaining his own living situation, while portraying a character who couldn't handle basic household tasks. The episode's comedy about housing disasters became uncomfortably real when Mayo's actual landlord served him with eviction papers during filming, forcing him to deal with genuine housing crisis while performing fictional domestic comedy. His character's bumbling attempts at homemaking reflected his real-life struggles with adult responsibilities and financial management that were affecting his stability off camera. Number 7. The Donna Social Climbing Scheme. The storyline about Fred's girlfriend. Donna's attempts to improve his social status was complicated by the real class tensions between the actors who came from very different economic backgrounds and social experiences. Lynn Hamilton's portrayal of social climbing drew from her actual experiences with economic mobility and her observations of class prejudice within the entertainment industry itself. Her character's frustrations with Fred's crude behavior reflected Hamilton's real concerns about how the show's comedy might reinforce negative stereotypes about working-class African Americans. The authentic tension about social improvement came from Hamilton's genuine desire to portray upward mobility respectfully while working within a comedy format that often celebrated crude behavior and lower-class attitudes. Her performance balanced real aspirations for dignified representation with the show's comedic requirements, creating a character who embodied authentic class anxiety and social mobility dreams. Number 8. The Police Harassment Documentation. The episodes featuring police interactions with the Sanford family were filmed during a period when the cast was experiencing real harassment from law enforcement, who were suspicious of their success and community influence. Redd Foxx and other cast members were repeatedly stopped and questioned by police, who couldn't believe that African-American actors could legitimately afford expensive cars and homes. Their portrayal of police encounters contained authentic frustration and fear from their real experiences with discriminatory law enforcement practices that affected their daily lives. The show's comedy about police interactions was enhanced by the cast's genuine anger about real discrimination they faced, making their fictional encounters feel authentically tense and emotionally charged. The episodes became unintentional documentation of actual police harassment that successful African Americans experienced, using comedy to address real social injustices that the cast was personally encountering. Number 9. The Bubba Hoover Employment Scam. The character Bubba's various employment schemes were based on real unemployment fraud that was occurring among the show's background actors and extras who were collecting benefits while working on television productions. Don Bexley's portrayal of work avoidance drew from his observations of actual welfare fraud and employment scams that he witnessed among actors trying to supplement their irregular entertainment income. The authentic details about avoiding work responsibilities came from real knowledge of how people gamed the social services system, making Bubba's schemes disturbingly accurate portrayals of actual fraud techniques. Several background actors were eventually investigated and prosecuted for the real fraud that had inspired the fictional storylines, creating uncomfortable connections between the show's comedy and actual criminal behavior. The character's believable portrayal of employment fraud was based on genuine illegal activities that were occurring within the show's own production community. Number 10. The Julio neighbor conflict reality. The tensions between Fred and his Puerto Rican neighbor Julio reflected real ethnic conflicts that were occurring in the Los Angeles neighborhood where exterior shots were filmed, with genuine community tensions affecting the show's portrayal of interracial relationships. Gregory Sierra's portrayal of cultural pride drew from his real experiences with discrimination and his observations of actual ethnic tensions in working-class neighborhoods where different minority groups competed for resources and respect. The authentic conflicts about cultural differences came from real community dynamics that the writers observed and incorporated into storylines, making the neighbor disputes feel genuinely rooted in actual social tensions. The episodes addressing ethnic prejudice were enhanced by the cast's real experiences with interracial conflicts and their genuine efforts to address discrimination through comedy rather than confrontation. The show's portrayal of ethnic tensions became educational programming about real community conflicts, disguised as neighborhood comedy. Number 11. The Big Money Schemes Investigation. Fred's various get-rich-quick schemes were so realistic because they were based on actual investment frauds and business scams that were being investigated by federal authorities during the show's production period. Redd Foxx had real knowledge of financial scams from his connections in the entertainment industry, making his portrayal of business fraud authentically convincing and educationally accurate about real criminal techniques. The show's writers incorporated details from actual fraud cases that were making headlines, essentially creating educational content about real financial crimes disguised as comedy entertainment. Several of the business schemes portrayed on the show were later used by real criminals who had learned techniques from watching the episodes, creating uncomfortable connections between fictional entertainment and actual criminal education. The authentic portrayal of financial fraud came from real criminal knowledge and ongoing legal cases that influenced the show's storylines. Number 12. The Melvin Drugstore Drama. The episodes featuring the local pharmacy and Melvin's health problems were filmed during the early stages of the crack epidemic, with real drug activity occurring in the neighborhood locations used for exterior shots. Slappy White's portrayal of health anxiety drew from genuine concerns about drug-related crime affecting their filming locations and community safety during production. The authentic atmosphere of urban decay and community deterioration wasn't created by set designers. It was the real environment of neighborhoods struggling with increasing drug problems and related crime. The show's comedy about health and medication became darkly ironic when filmed in areas where real drug dealing and addiction were destroying community health and safety. The episodes captured authentic urban decline that was occurring around them, making the fictional health problems feel connected to real community health crises affecting the neighborhoods where they filmed. Number 13. The Smitty Partner Problems. The scenes featuring Officer Smitty and his police partner were complicated by real tensions between the actors about their limited roles and stereotypical portrayals of law enforcement in African American communities. Hal Williams' portrayal of police authority was affected by his real concerns about representing law enforcement positively in communities where police relationships were deteriorating due to discriminatory practices. The authentic tension about police representation came from Williams' genuine struggle with portraying authority figures while being aware of real police brutality and discrimination affecting African American communities. His performance balanced respect for law enforcement with awareness of real community tensions, creating a character who embodied the complex relationship between African Americans and police authority. The episodes featuring police characters became opportunities to address real law enforcement issues through comedy rather than direct political commentary. Number 14. The Church Revival Spiritual Crisis. The religious episodes featuring church services and spiritual themes were filmed during LaWanda Page's real spiritual crisis about whether her comedy career was compatible with her religious beliefs and church membership. Page's increasingly passionate religious performances reflected her genuine struggle with balancing entertainment career demands with spiritual commitments and church community expectations. Her portrayal of religious conviction was enhanced by her real participation in church activities and her authentic relationships with religious leaders who were concerned about her television career. The episodes addressing faith and spirituality became opportunities for Page to work through her real religious conflicts while maintaining her professional commitments to the show. Her authentic spiritual struggle added depth to the show's religious themes and created genuine moments of faith exploration disguised as comedy entertainment. Number 15. The Sanford Arms Transition. Chaos. The episodes leading to the spin-off Sanford Arms were filmed during real contractual disputes between Redd Foxx and the production company, with genuine uncertainty about whether the show would continue and how character transitions would be handled. The cast's authentic anxiety about their professional futures affected their performances during transition episodes, as they didn't know if they would have continuing employment or if their characters would be written out. Fox's increasingly erratic behavior during final season filming reflected his real frustration with contract negotiations and his genuine uncertainty about his television career prospects. The show's conclusion became a real professional crisis for the cast, who used their final episodes to express genuine appreciation for their shared success while worrying about their uncertain futures. The transition to the spin-off reflected real industry politics and contractual battles that affected everyone's professional stability and creative relationships. Number 16. The Neighborhood Watch reality. The episodes dealing with community safety and neighborhood watch programs were filmed during actual crime increases in the Los Angeles areas, used for location shooting, with real security concerns affecting production schedules and cast safety. The show's portrayal of urban crime fears was enhanced by genuine anxiety that cast and crew were experiencing about their safety in neighborhoods where crime was actually increasing during filming periods. Redd Foxx's paranoid behavior about security wasn't just character acting. He was genuinely concerned about crime in areas where they filmed, and worried about the cast's safety during location shoots. The episodes addressing community safety became unintentional documentation of real urban crime problems that were affecting the production team personally, while they created fictional comedy about the same issues. The show's comedy about crime and safety was informed by everyone's real experiences with urban deterioration and increasing criminal activity in their filming locations. Number 17. The Employment Office Welfare System. The scenes at employment offices and welfare agencies were filmed at real government locations, with actual social services clients appearing as background extras, creating authentic portrayals of social services bureaucracy and client experiences. The show's writers incorporated real observations of welfare system operations and client interactions, making their fictional portrayals of social services accurately reflect actual government program realities. Demond Wilson's interactions with real social services workers added authentic bureaucratic frustration to scenes about employment assistance and government programs, enhancing the show's social commentary about poverty and social services. The episodes addressing welfare and employment became educational programming about real social services experiences, disguised as comedy with actual clients and workers, contributing to authentic portrayals of government assistance programs. The show's social commentary was enhanced by real knowledge of how social services actually operated and affected working-class families. Number 18. The Medical Emergency Authenticity. The hospital and medical emergency episodes were filmed with real medical professionals who provided authentic medical procedures and emergency room atmosphere that enhanced the show's portrayal of healthcare experiences. The cast's interactions with real doctors and nurses added genuine medical realism to health-related storylines, making their fictional medical problems feel authentically portrayed and educationally valuable. Redd Foxx's medical scenes drew from his real health concerns and his authentic experiences with healthcare systems, making his portrayal of medical anxiety genuinely relatable to viewers with similar health problems. The episodes addressing healthcare became opportunities to educate audiences about real medical issues, while providing comedy entertainment with actual medical professionals, ensuring accuracy in health-related content. The show's medical storylines reflected real healthcare challenges that working-class families faced, making the fictional medical problems feel connected to actual community health concerns. Number 19. The Family Reunion Dynamics. The episodes featuring family gatherings and relative visits were enhanced by real family members of cast members who appeared as background characters, bringing authentic family dynamics and relationships to fictional family scenes. The genuine family chemistry between real relatives added layers of authentic emotion and family behavior that no casting director could arrange, making family scenes feel genuinely warm and realistic. Cast members used these episodes to celebrate their real families while creating fictional family entertainment, blending genuine family relationships with scripted family comedy. The authentic family interactions enhanced the show's portrayal of African-American family values and relationships, providing positive representation of family bonds and and community support systems. The episodes became opportunities for real families to participate in television representation while maintaining authentic family relationships and cultural values. Number 20. The series legacy. Financial impact. The final episodes contained hidden references to the cast's real financial struggles with residual payments and profit sharing, as many actors discovered they would not benefit financially from the show's continued success and syndication. The authentic emotion and farewell scenes reflected genuine sadness about ending professional relationships and real anxiety about future financial security after the show's conclusion. Redd Foxx's final performance contained subtle references to his real hopes for continued financial success and his concerns about maintaining his lifestyle after the show ended. The series' conclusion became both fictional family farewell and real professional goodbye, with cast members using their final scenes to express authentic appreciation while worrying about their economic futures. The show's legacy was complicated by financial disputes that affected the cast's ability to benefit from their contribution to television history, making their farewell performances emotionally complex and financially meaningful. Those 20 shocking revelations expose how Sanford and Son became far more than a sitcom. It became a documentary of real struggles, genuine conflicts, and authentic experiences disguised as junkyard comedy. Redd Foxx and the cast didn't just create entertainment. They used humor to address real social issues, personal conflicts, and community problems that were affecting their lives and their audience's daily experiences. Which fact hit you hardest about television's most honest family? Drop a comment and tell us what other classic shows have hidden truths worth investigating. If you want more explosive secrets about the programs that shaped comedy while addressing serious social issues, subscribe now and hit that notification bell. We're uncovering the real stories behind the laughter.